Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency and Okuma.
Hey folks, Fred Golofaro here for this week's video fishing forecast, and awful tough to make predictions for this weekend given the conditions all week. You know, got brushed by Jose, still feeling the effects today. Other things going on too, you know, fluke season closes tomorrow. And also sea bass outside of 3 miles. That shuts down also on Friday and reopens October 22nd. You can fish for sea bass in state waters that's within 3 miles of the shoreline. Weather not looking real good for the weekend. It is going to be sunny and warm, but I checked out the marine forecast. Thursday they're calling for today north winds 20 to 25, 15 to 20 in the afternoon, and 6 to 9 foot seas. You can see the seas are still rolling in pretty good behind me over here on Fire Island. Friday, north 15 to 20, gust to 25, 9 foot seas. Saturday, north 20 to 25, 15 to 20 in the afternoon, still 9 foot seas. And Sunday, north 10 to 15, switching over to northeast 5 to 10 in the afternoon, but they're still calling for 8 foot seas. So we'll see how that plays out. But I don't think anybody's getting offshore this weekend, given that weather forecast. Let's take a look at the east end. Again, pretty much going to be an inshore deal on the North Fork and Montauk. Hopefully, the storm moves some fish down from up north, some bass and blues. There were a lot of albies around before the conditions got bad. And of course, porgies and sea bass, you do have really good opportunities for them around the point and also up on the North Fork. Smaller boats, you're probably better off sticking to the bays. Noyak Bay had a lot of weakfish, again, right up through the weekend, so that might be a good play. And unfortunately, no recent reports to go by. Most boats stayed dockside the whole week. South Shore, definitely a weekend stay inside with that kind of a heave on the ocean. Inlets are going to be real difficult, especially on outgoing water, so be careful there. Week fishing again was good before Jose visited us in Great South Bay, Ocean Beach, Kismet, the Lighthouse, the Moses Bridge, and the Sawthumb Pocket all produced weeks at one time or another. Also the State Channel. And if you don't want to try week fishing, you can try anchoring up at bridges, clam chum, or you can try drifting eels in the inlet. Look for some good rips, and that fishing should get going if it hasn't already. Again, on outgoing water, if you're going outside, be real careful, because against that kind of a heave, outgoing water could get real nasty. On the west end, again, weakfish, probably your best bet. There's been good weak fishing in Jamaica Bay, the west end bays, and some of the bridges. I saw photos of weakfish up to 10 pounds up until the weekend. You also have striped bass as an option. Probably your best bet's clam chum in the bridges, and depending on the conditions at the inlet, maybe the west bar. But again, caution at the inlets. Some of the back bay channels also probably worth exploring, especially at daybreak, real early in the morning. On the North Shore, probably more options on the North Shore, especially the Western Sound, where you can tuck in under the Connecticut and Westchester shoreline. Get out of that north wind. It is going to blow north all weekend. I can't see porgy fishing slacking off at all. It's been crazy for a couple of months now. I don't see any reason why that should slow down. And there were also a decent number of weakfish up in the Sound through last weekend. Blues were also starting to come through before the weather shut things down. Some of the harbors like Cold Spring, Huntington, Northport, we're seeing some big bluefish starting to move in on the bunker. So that's also something worth checking out up there. And also with those bluefish, again, if you can get out at daybreak, it's probably your best bet to find some of those blues in the harbors. Offshore, I won't even venture a guess. Under those conditions, first of all, no one's been out in a week or all week, and prospects of the week ahead don't look real good either, with the 8 to 9 foot seas on the weekend. And then we're also likely to see some effects from Hurricane Maria, which is still down around Puerto Rico. So we've got to keep an eye on that for next week, because I'm sure we're at least going to have some high surf conditions or high seas from Maria. Surf fishing, no doubt 4x4 beach access took a hit with the big surf all week. As of Wednesday, most of the state and county beaches were closed, and not just 4x4, but even closing some of the parking lots due to flooding. That should all be settled down by the end of the week. Also, the onset of the approach of storms like this normally triggers some really good fishing. I've had some of my best surf fishing under those conditions, right up until when you can't gain access to the beach. And it didn't happen this year. I received no good reports. The only thing I heard were a pick of some small fish, just a handful of fish in Montauk along the north side for maybe 40 guys on Wednesday morning. Talk about some fish under the light, but it had to be tough conditions, had to be fishing from way up on top if they fished at all. But hopefully, again, the storm moves some fish from down north, because we have the Montauk Classic scheduled for this weekend. The tournament is on. Rhode Island had a lot of fish last week, and maybe we'll see some of those fish now that the storm has passed us by. If you are into the surf and you don't have a Fisherman subscription already, be sure to check out the September issue of the Fisherman. It's on newsstands now. You can call and subscribe, and they'll back mail you a copy. It's a surf special issue with features on everything you need to know about plug selection and where and when to fish them. You can also read up on how to sharpen your chunking skills, along with how to catch even more fish on bucktails. Just go to thefisherman.com, or you can call 1-866-347-4836. And until next week, Fred Golofaro here for thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple-species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today.